Well, hello angels, and welcome back to another video. So we are back with a book video. If you couldn't tell by the situation that we're in, I am in the exact same spot, exact same outfit and exact same makeup as last video because I'm filming two at the same time, because otherwise I'm not going to get it done, because I go home for Christmas in 5 days and I'm there for 3 weeks, so I want to have my books for me, so I do need to film ahead of time. So that's the plan. I'm not sure if this is going up before the new year or after. Probably before. I think it's still 2021 when this is going up. I'm not really sure. But we are back with another book tag, as I seem to always do. I do just want to quickly mention that I do have a book podcast where I do pick a different book every episode, and I delve into the book more and I go into more detail and I tell you what it's about and my favourite quotes from that book. I always do a new one every episode, so that will be linked down below if you're interested in that, or it's just called Rachel's Bookish Library on Spotify if you're interested in that. But let's get in with today's video, shall we? So the tag that I'm doing today is called the 90s movies book tag. This is I got this from Kristen Crave's books. I think that's where it's from. I did have a few look at the movies that are on this thing, but I haven't looked at what books they want me to pick, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen a lot of these movies. I've seen quite a few, but not all of them, because I'm not exactly a 90s kid. I was born in 2001, but I have seen a few, so that's why I'm doing this, obviously. Okay, not me hiding from my housemates seeing me film. So we are going to jump straight in with this video. Excuse that these few books are missing. My camera is on them, otherwise we would be really low on my desk, and I should just get like a full-length tripod, but for now this is what we're working with, because I have nowhere to store that in this room. So the first one we have is the movie She's All That. Name a book couple that are an odd pairing but they still fit perfectly. Okay, I've got two options for this. So we've got Crush. So the guy, so this is about a girl called Grace. This is the second in the series. So kind of the guy that she gets with or she's like falling in love with. I can't remember what happens in the first and the second book because I read them right after each other. But basically there's this girl called Grace, let's call her Kate, and basically she kind of gets with this guy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to ruin it, but it's not who you expect her to be with because she's with this other guy. But they're a very odd pairing, but I feel like they fit perfectly together. They're so cute. I could change my mind after the next book because I'm about to read the third one, but we're just gonna, for now, they're the perfect ones. Or we have this one, or we have that's covered in tinsel, All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher. So there's this girl in here called Cherry, must have got her name then, and she kind of gets with this guy, and to me they're very like an odd pairing. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and this is like one of my favourite books, so that's terrible that I can't remember that right now. But yeah, the guy that she gets with at the end of this book is just, to me, the perfect pair. Is 10 Things I Hate About You, a book/series that you have a love-hate relationship with. Okay, so the one I've chosen for this isn't on my bookshelf because I don't have them. I have them at home at my parents' house, and I really want to buy them, because those are technically my mum's. So the one I'm talking about is the Twilight book series. I have a love-hate relationship with this because it's kind of like the first few books that I can like really remember reading as like a teen. And they're just so cringy, and they're just terrible at times, but it's also like a comfort thing, I feel like. So that's why I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. Yeah, it's very cringy, but also at the same time it's kind of a comfort thing. I do want to get like the red and white cover ones, so that's on my list. That's why I haven't bought the other ones yet. So the next one we have is Clueless, a character that is totally clueless but you love them anyway. You don't really know. Maybe In the Time We Lost by Carrie Hope Fletcher, because I feel like she's on this island and the days just repeat in itself, but also like she's kind of clueless to what's going on. Like she's like a bit like, hasn't this happened, but also completely clueless at the same time, and everyone around her is also very, very clueless as to what is going on. But yeah, love that. Or we have this one which is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. The reason I've chosen this is because, okay, so I'm not gonna go too much into this because I feel like this is a massive spoiler for the book if you haven't read it. Basically something major happens to a few of these characters, and the other girl, which is kind of the story like follows her, I feel like, yeah, it's in her perspective. It's been a long day. Something happens and she's absolutely completely clueless to it for like a year or two that it's actually happened. So that's why I've chosen that, but also can't. So I'm too small for this bookshelf. The next one we have is Titanic. Name a book that made you cry. Okay, so once again I've got two for this. So the first one we have is Walking on Sunshine by Joanne Fletcher. So this made me cry for a completely like different reason. So there's something that happens in this book. One of their friends has passed away from cancer, and there's like certain parts in the book that literally had me crying. And I don't really cry at books, so that was a big like thing. I did read this recently. I do have a podcast episode on this book if you're interested in that. But yeah, this book, bawling, absolutely. It's a good book. I feel like everyone needs to read this at least once. It's a very good life story. And then the next one we have is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. If you didn't cry at this book, who are you? I'm not really a big crier of books, as I said. This was probably one of the first books that made me cry, especially this year when I read it. And I didn't read this until like May of this year. End of May, beginning of June, my birthday kind of time. Yeah, this had me crying. Sometimes with joy, sometimes with not. If you know what I mean, if you've read that book. The next one we have is a book that makes you laugh. I don't have any books that have genuinely made me laugh, which is kind of sad if you think about it. Yeah, so I've got kind of two options for this. So we're going to use When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher. Is this a book tag, or is this just a fan account for Carrie Hope Fletcher and Joanna? I've used 3 of Carrie's books in this video. You should read them, they're very good. But I've chosen this. It doesn't necessarily make me laugh, but it kind of makes me happy. It's a very like happy story. It combines 2 of the things that I absolutely love most, which is reading and theatre. So it's a very like feel good, and I just love that. And then the other option we have is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This doesn't necessarily make me laugh a lot, but there was like times in the book that make me laugh because what of her, the girl that narrates it, which is Pip, and Ravi say to each other. There's like funny lines in it, and those kind of made me laugh. Yeah, maybe I should like get more books that like make me laugh, but you know, here we are. Can't Hardly Wait, a book with a crazy party. I don't think I have that. I don't think I have those. I think I'm gonna go with the Magpie Society One for Sorrow. I don't know why I can think of that, because this is the only book that I can think of all the books on my shelf that have a party in them. It's not that crazy, but like there's a party at the end of the book. So maybe we're gonna go with that. Yeah, I don't have any books with a party in them. So that one we'll have to do. The next one we have is Cruel Intentions. Name a character you can never fully trust. I don't think I had this one either. Actually, maybe with the Castaways. There's a guy in here, and there's no way I'm gonna remember his name. Is it Mike? No, that's the or is it Daniel? I think his name is Daniel. There's like 3 different guys in this that I can't remember, but there's a guy in this called, I think his name's Daniel. I think he's kind of like not the good one, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna say his name's Daniel. If not, it's the other guy that's not Mike, it's the other one, but his name's not coming up in here, so I really don't know, but I think it's Daniel. Basically, he's just like a very like weird character, and he just like, I feel like he can't be trusted. You never really know where his mind is. He's a bit of a weird one. I mean, they are like trapped on a desert island, like I'm kind of get where he's coming from, but like, you know. The next one we have is Drive Me Crazy. Name your favourite boy next door or girl next door couple. I don't think I have one of these, to be honest with you. Maybe we'll go with, in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, you have Pip and Ravi, and they're kind of just like a really cute, and both of them I feel like are kind of like a girl next door and boy next door characters at the beginning, so that's what I'm going to go with, because otherwise I just don't have an option for that. So next we have Scream, a book with a memorable villain. This is from the same series as the last book, but this is As Good as Dead. I feel like this just has a very memorable villain, maybe because of the story that goes behind him being a villain. I'm not going to go too much into it because you should read this series, but yeah, the guy that like does it, he's a very like memorable guy, he's a very memorable villain, so that's what I'm going to go with for that one. And then we have, where is it? The Craft. Name a book with witches. I don't think I have a book with any witches in it. I mean, I've got Harry Potter, but that doesn't really, does that count? There's like so many books on my list, like my wish list, that have witches in them, but not any on here. Actually, you've got Crave, there's witches in here, so we've got that, but I'm also gonna talk about this one. So we've got this one, which is This Poison Heart by Kaylin Bayron. I feel like this kind of, are they witches? Are they sorcerers? I don't really know, but that's what I've gone with because they can do magic. So in my head, she's a witch right now, okay? For the purpose of this video. But yeah, I really loved that book, and I feel like that just fits it. But I think that is the end of these. Yeah, that's the end of like this 90s book movies, 90s movies book tag. There we go, got it out. There we are. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe down below because I would love to have you around. On Wednesdays I do book videos, and on Sundays I do makeup videos, sometimes a tutorial for makeup on a Friday, if you're interested in any of those. So thanks again for watching, all my love angels. I'll see you again next time. Bye.